All right, many people remember Rockefeller as the ruthless and powerful robber baron, but he was also a philanthropist, and he completed the American dream. If you were to look the term robber baron up in the Webster's World College Dictionary, it would define it as any number of U.S. capitalists in the late 20th century who acquired vast wealth by exploration and ruthlessness. This is an accurate description of Rockefeller and kind of explains how he got his wealth. Technical difficulties. It is not going. That change.
Try to move the mouse over to that screen and click.
So we're going to dig a little bit deeper into his life and see what he did. Where it came from. Before we go a little further, in my sophomore year, we studied him briefly in AP World, and then junior year in A Bush, we went more detailed. And this year, I've spent about the last week and a half or so studying him and everything he's done. He did not really come from a background of wealth. He grew up on a small farm with a modest family. And then we'll kind of talk about some of his important life events. And then kind of after he becoming America's first billionaire, what he did, what he did in philanthropy, and how he gave his money back to the country. So young Rockefeller, he was born on a farm in New York, and he moved a couple of times, but eventually ended up in Western Ohio. In high school, he worked to help support his family, and he actually dropped out of high school and went to a business school, and he took a 6-month business course from Folsom Mercantile College, which he completed in just 3 months. And relatively soon after that, he had his first job, and I believe it was at Hoffer and Tuttle. And yeah, or Hewitt and Tuttle. And he was an assistant bookkeeper there. But he soon got promoted and started earning some more money. He saved up $1,000 from his first job. And then he borrowed $1,000 from his father. And after that, he started a business with Maurice Clark, and eventually got Samuel Andrews on it, and they started refining oil. Now, their business wasn't originally to refine oil, and that's why they gained Samuel Andrews, is because he knew about that, and so they needed another person. And there was a dispute between the partners. So eventually Rockefeller bought out everybody else, and it became Rockefeller and Anderson, and then a little bit later it became Standard Oil, which is what we know it as. And then he was able to use that capital from the Rockefeller and Anderson and Standard Oil to grow that company and become America's first billionaire. Some hated Rockefeller due to his business tactics. He negotiated with the railroad tycoons and said, hey, you transport my oil, I'll do it cheaply, I'll get you a lot. And so that would then indirectly force all the smaller ones out of business, and then he would go and buy the smaller oil companies. So, and he wasn't necessarily nice about it. And yeah, they went as far as making cartoons about him. And in this political cartoon that was published in Puck magazine in 1901, titled King of the World, Rockefeller is depicted as a man with a large head and tremendous power thanks to his company, Standard Oil, and the tools of his empire, which, like I said, the tools is railroad tycoons, and oil, and he's standing on his company, Standard Oil. Yeah. But as mean and rude as he was he also was a philanthropist and believed in giving back to the country to make it better. One of his major donations back was the University of Chicago. As reported by the Rockefeller Archives, Rockefeller contributed to help build the institution on one condition that others would help join his support. And in 1910, he made a farewell gift of $2 million, which brought his total contributions to about $35 million. And he also gave lots of money back to his Baptist church that he was a strong believer in and went to throughout his whole life. And he also believed that charitable corporations were a good philanthropic idea. And so he had several, like the Rockefeller Institute, Rockefeller Foundation, and Rockefeller Medical Institute. And then he had the General Education Board and the Sanitary Commission, all of which he helped give back. And then I have my conclusion. And so yeah, now you know a little bit more about John D. Rockefeller. And to kind of recap what I talked about what he was like when he was young, some important life events, and then his contributions back to America. My challenge to you guys is to research someone who you find interesting, a historical figure, and I'd suggest it. And then thank you for listening.